Hey Heart fans, I'm going ghost. Or it's go in without the G. Go in ghost. I'm going ghost. You guys like this? Is this a cool hoodie or what? Check this out. This is based on my Danny Phantom 10 years later design. And if you're good, if you're really nice, and leave a nice comment in the comment section below and give me a like or a subscribe, I just might leave a link in the description below so you can get one of these yourself. 14 years ago this week, Danny Phantom premiered on Nickelodeon. So we're gonna do 14 awesome things about Danny Phantom. Check it out.
But it didn't quite work, his folks, they just quit. Then Danny took a look inside of it.
Number one, it's a show about teenagers. Danny, Sam, and Tucker, all teenagers in a high school. A lot of shows centered around kids in elementary school, kids in preschool, but not a lot centered around a high school. And I think a lot of kids in their teenage years, when they first encountered Danny Phantom, really responded to it really well because Danny was going through the same things that they were going through, you know, dealing with girls, dealing with boys, the high school dance, bullies, all those sorts of things. Danny Phantom was going through the same things a lot of the audience was going through. And I think that's really why Danny Phantom resonated with a lot of kids and why it still resonates with a lot of teenagers today. Number two, relationships. Danny Phantom is an awesome show chock full of relationships, and what's cool about that is, you know, everybody loves great characters who have great relationships because that makes it easy for the audience to relate to them. Danny's relationship to Jazz. She loves him but treats him like a little brother until she finds out he's got ghost powers and then she wants to be part of his super team. Danny's nerd relationship with Tucker. They're the best of friends. Danny's relationship to his bumbling ghost fighting parents who don't realize that their son is the ultimate ghost prize they've been searching for. And finally, Danny's relationship to Sam. I mean, Sam and Danny start off as really good close friends, and as the show builds, their relationship builds as well. And it finally ends in Phantom Planet where they fly off into the sunset and we're all left wondering, do they get married? Does this relationship continue? What happens to Danny and Sam? And that's awesome because people want to know. You guys want to know? Let me know in the comment section below. Number three, ghost powers. I mean, how many cool characters you can think of have ghost powers? I can name a few. There's Deadman from DC Comics. He could sort of take over people's bodies and he was dead. There's the Spectre from DC Comics, who's a big, huge, otherworldly ghost who no one can really relate to, but he's kind of cool, I guess. There's Phantom Girl from the Legion of Superheroes, who no one's really ever heard of. There's Casper the Friendly Ghost, who is friendly. And then there's Ghost Rider, who rides a motorcycle and isn't really a ghost. He's got like a flaming skull head and a chain. So anyway, but Danny had all these cool powers. He had plasma blasts. He had a ghostly chill. He could shoot cold out of his hands because ghosts give you a chill up your spine. He could turn intangible and go through walls. He could grab you and turn you intangible and pull you through walls. All these really cool things. And not a lot of other characters have had powers as cool as Danny Phantom. And in Danny Phantom, we had a rule. We were writing the show that none of the ghosts would be dead people. We never wanted to be the ghost of a dead person. We wanted the ghost to be creatures from another dimension that couldn't take the shape of a human or could take the shape of something, but they would never be a deceased person's spirit. Like, you'll never see Danny Phantom fighting the ghost of Elvis Presley or the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Actually, we should make a cartoon where Lincoln fights Elvis. Let's write that down. Let's do that. Number four, Danny's parents and the fact that they don't know that their own son is the ultimate ghost prize they've been looking for. I mean, let's face it, Jack and Maddie Fenton are awesome. They love each other. They're people of action. They kick ghost butt all the time. They got amazing weapons, but the one thing they can't seem to figure out is how to catch a ghost. And number two, that their own son is the ultimate ghost that they've been looking for. Number five, the box ghost. I am the box ghost! Actually, not just the box ghost, but all of the Danny Phantom ghost villains. Let's face it, without a good group of villains, a hero in a show or comic or whatever doesn't have a really great chance to shine, and Danny Phantom's villains really give him a lot to play off of, from the comedy of the Box Ghost to the sultriness and the musicality of Ember to the sinisterness of the ultimately deadly Vlad Plasmius and the action and edginess of Skulker. All of these villains really gave Danny Phantom this ultimate ability to really become an awesome hero and to give the audience something to really be excited about and someone to root for. Number six, the songs. From the opening notes of the Danny Phantom theme song, you knew that was Danny Phantom. The end credit music is amazing. The music inside the show, where Danny's fighting a ghost, or when a relationship gets really tender and there's a tender moment, the music there is amazing too. Plus, to top it all off, the amazing song by Ember, Remember, was a great song. People just loved that song and really responded to it really well. So I think Danny Phantom didn't only have some of the best music in cartoons, but in all of television. Number seven, the costume. Starting off with just a black jumpsuit, white boots, white gloves, white belt, we ended up adding a logo onto the costume, and I think adding that awesome cool D with the ghostly tail and the P inside of it elevated that simple, normal costume of Danny's in the first season to one of the most iconic superhero costumes of all time. Number 8, the Ghost Zone. The Ghost Zone gave Danny a whole other dimension. Pardon the pun. I mean, not only does Danny Phantom have to fight ghosts in our world, but then we gave him the Ghost Zone where he's got to go fight ghosts there as well. And the awesome thing about the Ghost Zone was that we could give Danny pretty much anything we wanted to in the Ghost Zone. It was really a world with no rules. There were some rules, but what was cool about it, we could have anything we wanted to in there. We could have Frostbite's Frozen Homeworld. We could have the Ghost Rider's Library. We could have Skulker's Island where he chased Danny and Valerie Gray. We could have doors that opened up into any dimension in any time period that we wanted to. It just really expanded Danny Phantom from being a city-based superhero show to a dimensionally based superhero show. Number 9, superhero ideas. Now, Danny Phantom was one of those shows that took a lot of the classic superhero ideas and kind of turned them a little bit inside out and used them in their own way. For example, the secret identity. Danny Phantom had a secret identity like Clark Kent or Bruce Wayne or Peter Parker. But the interesting thing is, all of Danny's villains pretty much knew his secret identity, and none of Danny's family did. Also, comedic versus sinister moments. Danny Phantom was a great show. It had examples of being funny one second and then being ultimately scary and having lives at stake the next. For example, in The Ultimate Enemy, Danny fights Box Lunch, who is the daughter of the Box Ghost and the Lunch Lady, one minute, and then the next minute he's fighting the ultimate bad, evil future version of himself, Dark Danny, from the future. It was a great show in taking those sort of classic superhero ideas and using it in its own way, keeping those ideas pure, but making it its very own. Number 10, story length. When you watch a half-hour cartoon show, you'd tell one story, have a commercial, and then tell another story. 11 minutes in the half hour, because we did 8 minutes for commercials. Little behind-the-scenes stuff there. But Danny Phantom was one of the first shows ever that told its stories in 22 minutes. We had a long time to tell our story, so we'd have the first part of the story, then an act break, and then the last part of the story. Danny Phantom even had a cold open before the titles, and I don't think I've seen a cartoon like that ever since. Number 11, the serialized storytelling in Danny Phantom. What does that mean? Well, basically what it means is you'd watch one episode of Danny Phantom, no problem, it made sense. Watch another one, that one makes sense too. But if you watch all the episodes of Danny Phantom in order, they're all connected in some way. Each episode ties into the next because we're always constantly building the story, the characters, and the world as the show goes on. And that was unique back then. That wasn't really done a lot back then. So I think Danny Phantom really paved the way for a lot more serialized cartoons to come out after it. Number 12, the voice acting on Danny Phantom. I mean, not only did Danny Phantom have amazing character concepts and amazing character designs, but the voice acting, I think, brought the characters up to a whole new level. Like David Kaufman as Danny Phantom, Rob Paulson as Jack Fenton, and Technus. Ricky Deshawn Collins as Tucker, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Jazz Fenton, Tara Strong as Ember McLean, Martin Mull as Vlad Plasmius, Eric Roberts as the Ultimate Enemy, Dark Danny from the future, John Cryer as Freak Show, and the list goes on and on and on. These characters not only look great, not only written great, but the voice acting brought them up to an incredible level that I think the audience still responds to today, and that's why people love the characters of Danny Phantom. Number 13, the awesome fans, PHANS. The Danny Phantom fans are legion. They are unbelievable. You're all awesome, and you're the reason this show still lives on and on and on and on. From the original episodes of Danny Phantom on Nickelodeon to my videos, Danny Phantom 10 years later, all the stuff I do with Danny Phantom here on the channel, you guys are what make Danny Phantom special because you will not let the show go away. And I'm here with you 100%. I want Danny Phantom to live on as long as you do. So keep sending me requests, keep letting me know what you want to see as far as Danny Phantom goes. We'll keep doing amazing stuff and keep making you guys happy because Danny Phantom deserves to go on and you guys deserve to see more. Okay, and the 14th awesome thing about Danny Phantom is young Danny Fenton. He was just 14. What? Did I say young? That's right, I said young. A lot of you think it's yo Danny Fenton. It's not. It's young. And how do I know this? Because I wrote the theme song. So I know when I wrote young Danny Fenton, that's what it is. It is young Danny Fenton. He was just 14. Did I blow your mind? I blew your mind, didn't I? I didn't mean to. Hey, I'm so glad you guys are fans, PHANS. Happy 14th Daniversary to Danny Phantom. What'd you guys think of my list of 14 awesome Danny Phantom things? Did you guys think this was correct? Was it a good list? What did I leave off the list? What should I have put on the list? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. And guys, art gives you ghost powers. Use them wisely. Did I get that right? Going ghost! Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the NOOG Network. My new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.